Hi there, welcome to my part 2 help video. Please follow along as I flip my camera to the computer screen. Alright, here I am logged in as a student. I'm going to go to the My Schedule page and go to Friday, September 11th. I just put this on your plan. It says click here for help video on how to do your unit test. And if you click that, it says all lesson pages in Unit 3 decimals must be viewed and all quizzes passed with a score of 3 out of 5 or better to have access to today's 313 decimals unit test part 1. Once you complete the first part, the part 2 will open up for you. Here's a help video I made on how to download and complete and upload your part 2. And obviously you found this because you clicked the link and you're watching this video right now. So I just want to make sure you understand what you're seeing here. If the link to the unit test looks like this, like if you see this link and you click it and nothing's here, then that means you didn't pass one or more of the quizzes or haven't taken all the quizzes in the unit. Here's a list of all the lessons and quizzes we did in this unit. So there were 5 quizzes and you need to have a 3 out of 5 or better on all of them to get to the unit test. When you click back into the math course and go to your grades page, you should see scores, passing scores for those quizzes, like this screenshot. And if you click into the content link, you should see check marks for all the lessons, meaning you viewed all the pages of your lessons. So let me just back out of this here and go back out here to the My Schedule page. This student whose account I'm using actually, here's the link to the unit test that everybody will see, and this student has part 1 done and he already did part 2, so they're both checked off. Now initially you'll just see the link for part 1 here. Once that's done, part 2 will show up. Part 2 will not show up until part 1 is done. You'll also see the link for part 1 separately here. And now, and here's the link for part 2. But again, the part 2 link will not show up until part 1 is done. So I'm going to click directly into the part 2, like this. Part 1 is just a computer graded test. It's 10 questions, just like the quizzes, except more questions. It's open book. You can retry it one time and you can review it and see all your missed answers, just like with the quizzes. But the part 2 is a little bit more complicated. This is a teacher graded assignment that you have to submit, like upload to me in here, and I'll grade it, and I'll grade it and everything, and you'll have a chance to revise it if you missed points. But let me just read through the instructions. So it says, here is the link to your Unit 3 decimals unit test. 3.13 graded assignment. Look down below past all these directions for the Word docx file. That's it right here. That's the assignment file right here. And then this is a PDF version of it. In case you have any issues with the Word file, I've included the PDF version. See my suggestions below on good ways to show your work. You have many options. Click on the assignment, save it to your math folder on your desktop, and I'll show you how to do that. Answer the problem, show all your work, and give a full explanation, then upload it here for me to grade by clicking upload or add a file at the bottom of the page. Please don't email it to me. It has to be uploaded here, so it goes to the assignment submission folder so I can grade it. And it's a place that'll stay sort of parked all year. Now, all these bullet points are suggestions on how to show your work, and I'll use a couple of these suggestions as I complete a similar problem for you here in a minute. But you can print out the test document and do it by hand, and have your learning coach take a cell phone camera picture of it if you want, or you could scan it back into the computer using your scanner, and then upload it into the submission folder here. You can do it by hand on a separate document. It doesn't necessarily have to be the actual test document printed out. You can use blank paper and again scan it or take a cell phone picture and then upload it into the assignment Dropbox right here. You can have the learning coach can log in through a cell phone and get to this Dropbox all through a cell phone if you want to do it that way. Or you can use the Microsoft Word document and type out your answers and type out your explanation and use the program like Microsoft Paint to show your work. And you can take a screenshot of your work using the snipping tool and put it right into the Word document. And I'll show you how to do that. That's the way I'm going to do this one for you guys. Now the PDF, the only reason I included this is because sometimes it's easier to print out, but you guys all have Microsoft Office 365 accounts. You should all have Microsoft Word and be able to use the Word file. But there's a nifty website here called PDF Escape. If you do use the PDF, you can upload it to that website, and then it'll allow you to scribble on it and show your work, and then save it so you can actually write on the PDF. And I go on to explain about the snipping tool, how to take screenshots of your work using the snipping tool. And if you're still stuck, email me and ask your learning coach for help. So this student already uploaded something here, but what I'm going to do is click on the Word document. And let's have a look at it. It downloads in Google Chrome. It downloads to the bottom of the screen. I'm going to open it up. And then the first thing you're going to have to do is click Enable Editing. Most of you will see that. You see it says Enable Editing. It won't let you write on a Word document unless you click that. Okay, so click Enable Editing. This is your assignment. It's really just one question, but you have to explain and show your work. So it's worth 15 points. And like I said, if you don't get all the points for this, you'll have an opportunity to revise it for more points. I'm going to give you feedback on it. You'll see that feedback on your grades page. So let me just show you what I'm expecting with this assignment. And I'm not, this is your actual question, but I'm not going to work out the exact question for you guys. So it's, first of all, let's just put a name up here. I'll just put Mr. Paid in. And it has a spot for the date, but you don't really need to put the date there. You can if you want. But here's a question. It says, Owen's parents were planning on a birthday party for him. They have $20 to spend on goodie bags. They need to buy 6 goodie bags at $2.49 each. Will Owen's parents have enough money to buy all 6 goodie bags? Show your work. Explain all steps you took using sentences and the words first, next, and last. Okay, so when you're showing your work working with decimals, I'm going to need to see how you set it up, how you're lining it up, how you're regrouping. If you don't show your work, then how do I know you didn't just use a calculator? Now, I trust you guys. Believe me, I do. I trust you guys, but you got to show your work, okay? That's the way it'll be. Like when you see a question like this on a state test, or when you get to high school or college and they say show your work, they mean show your work or you're not going to get full credit. So what I'm going to do is just change a couple of the numbers here, and then I'll work out this problem. So let's say Owen's parents have, let's see. How about instead of $20, let's pretend they have $35. So, and please don't change any of the numbers like I'm doing, okay? But I'm just doing this so we can demonstrate how to solve this problem. Now let's pretend like Owen's parents want to buy 12 goodie bags because he's a popular kid. He's got a lot of friends. And how about instead of $2.49, let's say they cost $2.59 each. Will his parents have enough to buy all 12 goodie bags? Okay, so how am I supposed to show my work here? Now, on my version of Microsoft Word, I have a Draw tab. I don't think you guys have the Draw tab. If you did, you could scribble and show your scratch work right on here. But I'm going to use Microsoft Paint. So check this out. If you never use this, you need to find this. This is an easy program to use. Go down to your little search thing on your computer. On your computer, you might just have a little magnifying glass instead of the big box like mine. I'm going to type the word paint in here. All right, P-A-I-N-T. It comes up like that. I'm searching my applications. All right, it searches my apps for paint. Hold on, I gotta get this error sometimes. All right, got rid of it. All right, let me do that again. P-A-I-N-T, paint. There it is. So I'm going to click it, and it opens it up. So I'm going to use this for my scratch work. Okay, so from this problem, it says they need 12. They want to buy 12 goodie bags at $2.59 each. Will they have enough money to buy all 12 if they only have $35? All right, so the way I see it here, I think we're going to have to multiply $2.59 times 12 to see what the total cost of all the goodie bags is going to be. Now you could use your mouse to do your scratch work on here. Just start clicking away, holding down the left mouse button. It might be kind of sloppy, but if it's legible, that's good enough for me. I'm just writing with my mouse. 259 times 12. I'm going to want to see this setup in any regrouping you do, okay? Now, I actually have a little pen thing, so I can write a bit neater than most of you guys, but you can pick different colors here. And there's other ways to show you, like I said, if you want to do this by hand and take a cell phone picture of it, you can do that too. But I'm going to do it using Microsoft Paint, and then I'll show you how to use the snipping tool to take a screenshot of it. So I'm going to work out the multiplication. Now remember, when you're multiplying decimals, you line it up along the right. You don't line up decimal points. 9 times 2 is 18. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus the 1, 11. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus the 1 is 5. I'm going to add a placeholder 0 and go to the 1. 1 times 9. 1 times 5. 1 times 2. Add up my columns. I get 8. 9 plus 1 is 10. 5 plus 5 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. 3. I get 3108. But remember how to place your decimal point in the product. However many digits are past the decimal points in the factors, and that's 2. That's how many you have to float it on over. 2 bunny hops from the end in your product. So this is not 3,108. It's $31.08. So it looks like Owen's parents, if they bought 12 bags at this price, it would cost them that much. And that's less than $35, right? So it looks like they're going to be able to afford it. Now, how do I get this on my Word document? Go back down to the search thing and type in snipping tool, S-N-I-P. All I did was type in S-N-I-P and it came right up for me. This is a program you should have. Now, hit enter on it, and the snipping tool should open up. Here's the little snipping tool menu, and it's trying to advertise a different program called Snip and Sketch. You can use that too if you want. To use the snipping tool, you just click New. Okay. Now, like my computer went kind of like milky white. It kind of faded out a little bit, and I have crosshairs that came up. Now I'm going to hold down my left mouse button and keep it held down to highlight whatever it is I want to take a screenshot of. This is all the work. Like, this is all the work I'm going to need to show for this problem. I'm going to let go of the mouse button. Now I have it. I have a screenshot of it. Now I'm going to go back to my Word file. I'm going to go down to under where it says answer and press enter. And I'm going to right click, paste it. There it is. There's all my work. Perfect. Okay, so that's the work. Now I just need to actually answer the question in writing and explain. So this is like, this is a really important part. This is a word problem. I mean, this is a written response question where you have to explain everything you did. And it says to use the words first, next, and last. That's just to keep you organized. Okay, but don't forget to actually answer the question. Will Owen's parents have enough money to buy the goodie bags? I mean, that's a yes or no question, right? So your answer should start with yes or no. And I'm saying yes because I came up with that they would, and they'd have a couple dollars to spare, right? Because they have $35. So I'm going to say yes, they will have enough money to buy the 12 goodie bags. Okay, so explain all the steps I took using sentences and the words first, next, and last. Okay, first I multiplied 259 times 12 to find the total cost of the 12 goodie bags. Next, I got a product of $31.08, $31.08. Last, since $31.08 is less than $35, because it says that they started with 35, right? I determined that Owen's parents had enough money to buy the goodie bags. All right, that's it. This will get you a 100%. You explained, you answered correctly, you showed your work. So that's where the points come from here. It's worth 15 points. Okay, the correct answer is worth 5 points. Your explanation is worth another 5 points, and showing your work is worth another 5 points. You can have a great explanation. If you had all this without showing that work, you'd only get 10 out of 15 points. And believe me, you don't want 10 out of 15. You want 15 out of 15. But we're done here, so I'm going to save it. So what I would do to save it is save it in my math folder on my computer. Go up to File, Save As, and now here it's going to allow you to navigate around your computer. Yours might not look exactly like mine does. I'm going to click this arrow and it takes me to my PC. Here's my desktop. This is all the stuff on my desktop. My math folder is right there on my desktop. And it'll allow you to rename it. Now, I'm not requiring you to name it anything specific, but it's a good a best practice is just put your name out in front of it and keep the rest of the file name so you know what it is. This is the 313 graded assignment part 2. I just put Mr. Payton out in front of it there, and I'll click Save. Now it's in my math folder. Here on my desktop, here's my math folder. There it is. It's in there. So, okay, now how to upload it. Let's go back to this. All right, all these directions, and here's the PDF if you wanted to look at the PDF and print it out, but most of you guys should be fine with the Word doc, okay? So you go to Upload and go to the math folder on your computer. Where is it? Here it is. There's the assignment. I'll click Open. And now you see it right there. There's a space for comments here, but you don't have to use this. Please don't ever put like the math answers in your comments. If you want to like say hello to me or something, you could do that in there. Just click Submit. And it says submitted successfully. So we know it's in there now. I'll see it and grade it. You could submit multiple files. Like if you have to take a couple of different pictures, or if you show your work on a separate document or something, you could keep submitting files. All right, well, let me show you guys something here. Once you do that, you should be done, but I'm going to show you a different way to get to this. Let's say you're not if you're not looking at it from the My Schedule page, if you're just in the math course, like math course homepage like this, where, you know, on the math course homepage, if you go down, here's the class announcements, here's the OneNote. You could go to this menu, go to Tools, Assignments. Tools Assignments, and it's a shortcut to get to all these part 2s. Now right now the only one you can see is this one, the Unit 3 part 2, and it says 2 files submitted because this student already submitted one and I just did another one. You can verify what's been submitted by clicking that, and it'll allow you to download them. It'll allow you to download it and see what you turned in. And then once you get your grade, it'll show up in here, and the feedback will be on your grades page. So this is another way to get to it. So check this out. If you click this link right here, it takes you back to this page with all the assignment directions, you know, and the links to the assignment there. But it looks a little bit different. It looks a little bit different, but it submits the same way. Here it says add a file, and then you can add the file. Remember on the other page it said upload, but it'll do the same thing. So like let's say you lose some points on it, you didn't get 100%, you can go back to Tools Assignments and get to it through here and click add a file, and then you can upload your revision. Here we can go to My Computer. You could drag it over. You can like drag it straight over from your folder if you want here. Like this, if I open my math folder and just drag it in there, that works. Or you can navigate around your computer and find your file and upload it and click add. And then once it's added, you'll see it here, and then you click submit. Again, please don't put anything related to, please don't put any work for the assignment in the comments. Okay, the assignment has to be on the Word document or the picture file that you upload. You're allowed to upload, like if you do take a cell phone picture of it, you're allowed to upload that picture file as long as I can read it. You know, as long as it's something I could load up on my Windows computer and look at, and it's legible, it'll be fine. So that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully that made sense. And if it doesn't, please give me a call or email me. And good luck on the assignment. You saw me work out like basically a parallel example to the one that you're actually working out. But, you know, I just changed the numbers. So do what I did, but with the original numbers and get it properly uploaded. And you'll get a sweet 15 out of 15. Okay, so good luck, guys. I'll talk to you again soon.